you tell me what is the difficulty in part C? What is wrong in part C? You told.
Sir, please do 7 part B. I cannot do that part.
Part B. B part, right? Please write down in the chat box or you have to speak. I don't think it is so difficult to understand a very normal solution that you have to speak in a tutorial session. If I'm asking you guys, you have to tell me, right? If you're saying there is any difficulty in part B, can you please tell me what difficulty did you face?
So seventh C part, 0 and pi by 2 are already roots.
Okay, yeah. बट इस इंटरवल में हमें और रूट निकालनी है मतलब और अप्रोक्सीमेट रूट हमें find करनी है so when we are working with the Newton's method so we have to start with some initial guess all those 0 and pi by 2 are our roots but we have to start with some initial guess say you can start with x naught is equal to 1 so part C and C when you have fx equal to x into cos x we'll just really start with x naught is equal to 1 because if you start with x naught is equal to 0 x naught is equal to pi by 2 then you already know that these are already the roots so any iteration in the root gives you anything so if you start with this x naught then xi will be 0 only for all I xi will be 0 only for all I will be pi by 2 for all I right instead of starting with the root so they are saying us to find some root in this interval okay, so we can just start with x naught is equal to 1 anything which is not the root to do some iteration okay. So well, first of all tell me what is the formula for Newton's method x of n plus 1 how do we calculate the n plus 1th iteration if you are given xn iteration nth iteration
xn minus fxn divided by f dash xn.
right
Yes, sir.
great so first of all we will need some prerequisite condition to apply Newton's method tell me what are those
F should be differentiable and f dash x not equal to 0 at that point.
right x naught should not be right
Not equal to 0.
okay so also they are asking us find the
And
solution
and x naught should be close to the exact root.
we take these two so that we can get our convergence faster right okay so along with Newton's method you guys must have studied second method also right so second method what is the formula
xn minus fxn into xn minus xn minus 1 divided by fxn minus fxn minus 1 where x naught and x1 are given. Choose.
so we have to start with two initial guess So can you tell me what are the advantages and disadvantages, or you can say
It is
pros and
rapid.
cons? Single method over Newton's method. What are the pros and cons? See, they both look very similar, right? Because you know that f of f prime x is nothing but f x limit h goes to 0. That's minus f, right? So f prime xn is nothing. You are somehow using the definition of the first derivative. So since x and xn minus 1 are very close to each other, so these definitions make sense. Although I am not saying this is a derivation go from Newton's method to Newton's method. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that they look quite similar, right? You apply the definition of first principle, they look quite similar. So, but still, there are some plus points when you start with secant method and some drawbacks when you start with secant method. Can you tell me? Okay, which method seems to be more relaxed to you?
So if Newton-Raphson
Like
method fulfills all conditions, then Newton-Raphson method is more useful than second method because it's a quadratic and it's 1.6 means superlinear.
The thing is, Newton's method, order of convergence is 2, and for secant, it is 1.61, right? Something, 1.6 something. But there is a drawback for Newton's method, right? What is that? I have to have one extra condition. Start with Newton's method.
differentiability.
Yes. So there may be functions which are not differentiable. So there Newton's method fails. So although Newton's method converges at a faster rate as compared to Secant method, but there are certain cases where Newton's method not applies. I think that these things must have discussed in the class. I'm just recalling it for you guys. Yes. So can we okay, so we need a solution accurate within 10 to power minus 2 also, right? So how can we do that? What is the number of iterations in Newton's method? Can you tell me? Okay, don't go for C part. You can tell me for A part. 7A. Tell me number of iterations.
So it's depends on choice ना किस x नॉट हम कैसा चूज कर रहे हैं
Right. So unlike bisection
बिकॉज
method where you
बाइसेक्शन में
can
था मतलब फिक्स था कि हम ए बी गिवन है उसको बाइसेक्ट करते जाएंगे बट इसमें तो फिक्स नहीं है ना कि x नॉट हम कुछ भी चूज कर सकते हैं इन इंटरवल में
that is the reason. So in bisection methods you can exactly tell me after how many iterations will the method converge, right? But in Newton's method you can't really tell me directly how many iterations do you need. So the only way to get the error as 10 to the power minus 2. So what do you need to do? You need to find xl plus 1 xl and do the subtraction. Plus and minus. If it is less than 10 to the power minus 2, you have to break both end. Okay. So I think you guys have done at least a part. So can you tell me the iteration value X note use? I am giving you
2.75.
using 2.7. After how many iterations are you getting your exact root?
2, sir. After 2 iteration,
What do you get as x1?
x1 2.697.
2 point
697.
x2 will be around 2.690 then probably.
Yes.
So can you assume that we know how to apply Newton's method by now? Okay, have you guys read question number 8 a part? You guys read question number 8 a part?
No, sir.
Why you guys were having 1 week with you? Okay, do it now. It is 2:17. I am giving you time till it is 2:18 now. I am giving you time till 2:22. 4 minutes. I think that this question must be done. So please try it now. Tell me what is happening. Is there anyone who is able to solve it?
सर मैंने ट्राई किया है बट नॉट श्योर इज इट करेक्ट और नॉट
क्या ट्राई किया वो बताइए.
सर एफ एक्स गिवन है तो उससे एफ डैश एक्स की वैल्यू निकाली और इसमें एक्स एन प्लस वन इक्वल्स टू एक्स एन माइनस एफ ऑफ एक्स बाई एफ डैश एक्स एन की वैल्यू पुट कर दी व्हेन एक्स इज नेगेटिव एंड एक्स इज पॉजिटिव. तो सर दो फॉर्मूले बन रहे हैं यहाँ से when xn is positive and when xn is negative. Then sir, as a equals to 0 is the root, then we take x naught one time negative and one time positive. But sir,
Okay.
when we take x naught equals to positive, the next iteration x naught x1 will be negative. Then we put another formula, second formula that was for f dash x when x is negative. So the iteration doesn't convert, sir. They oscillate between positive and negative.
Just oscillation doesn't mean that it will not converge. Say for example, x naught is 1 and x1 is minus 1 by 2, x2 is 1 by 3, x3 is minus 1 by 4. So say if iteration is going like this, then it is already converging to 0, right? I mean to say, I'm not saying that x naught and x1 will be that only, but I'm saying say x naught, you start with x naught is equal to 1, okay? And somehow you get x1 to be minus 1 by 2, x2 to be 1 by 3, to be minus 1 by 4. That is what I mean to say is x of 2n is 1 upon 1 minus 1 and n is greater than equal to 1, and x of 2n plus 1 is equal to minus 1 upon 2. Okay, in both the cases, it is also converging to the rate, is also converging. If it is oscillating between positive and negative, can't say that it is not converging. Making sense in this? Although our roots are oscillating between positive and negative values, it is still converging to the exact root. In this case, I'm okay. Okay. Is it making sense now?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, what if fx upon prime x and x is strictly greater than 0 and x is strictly less than 0? So that x is equal to 0 is f prime x, fx upon f prime x will not make sense, I suppose, because f prime 0 doesn't really exist. What is fx upon f prime x when x is greater than 0?
2x
For x less than 0?
minus 2x.
See it again. Whether it is minus 2x, sure, for x less than 0, what is f of x?
Minus of root of minus x.
What will be f prime x?
Minus of 1 by 2 root of minus x.
Is it correct?
2 minus 1.
One is
It should
correct.
be 1 plus, na, sir?
Which one is correct?
Second
A
one.
or B?
Second one.
Do every one of you agree?
Yes, sir.
Please do not put these type of mistakes in the exam. It is very trivial mistake. But about this minus sign, that doing derivative of this minus sign. Usually forget it. So please do not do that in exam. What will be fx on f prime x now? It will be minus root minus x, right? Upon 1 into 1 root minus x, right?
Yes, sir.
This root 2x. Right? Correct, right?
Yes, sir. Mm,
Next,
Sir,
this
minus
2x
2x.
5 minus 2.
It is minus outside, sir.
Yeah, but minus of root x into minus of root x is equal to minus x, right? See, x is less than 0. Say x is equal to minus 2. So it is minus of minus 2
Yes, sir. Yes,
to
sir.
minus of is into root 2, which is 2. Minus of minus, right? Minus x. Is it fine? Everyone, that
Yes,
fx
sir.
upon x prime x will be 2x only whenever x is non-zero. So if I put it in my formula of n plus 1 is equal to x of n minus of xn f prime of xn will be nothing but xn minus 2xn, right? Nothing but minus of xn. What I'm what we get is if x naught is my initial guess, then x1 will be minus x naught, will be again x naught, will be again minus x naught. So this is one sort of oscillation which is not converging. Is it fine? Is it making sense to everyone?
Yes, sir.
So can I assume that now you can do part B on your own?
Yes, sir.
So 7 and 8 are done, right? Let's proceed to question number 9. You guys tell me what should be my fx question number 9. Because they have given you some sort of statement. And okay, first of all, read the question. It is asking us to do the iteration using Newton's method. Find the distance between a point on the real axis and a point on the curve. What they are saying is you have given some point on the real axis and they are asking you to find the point on the curve that the distance between uh, what is it, x square, right? Note graph of x square will be something of this sort, right? And 1 comma 0 is here. So if I put some point here, this is something. I put some point here, this is some distance. Right? It is x1, y1, y2. Okay. So these are all the points. So from 1, 0, you can go to infinite number of points. They are asking you to find this x comma y, or I can say x comma x square pair, such that distance between x square comma 0 minimum. You tell me what should be my f of x.
Under root of x square minus 1 bracket square plus x square.
Root so
X square minus 1.
minus 1.
x minus 1 का whole square plus x square का whole square.
Sorry, x minus 1.
Okay, this is my function, right? But can you guarantee that this function will help me?
Sir, x square whole square.
Can we guarantee now this function can help me? Reread the question again. This is fine. Like this is a distance between the point x comma x square and 1 comma 0, right? That is perfectly fine. But what will it give me? If I apply Newton's method over here, it will give me some x satisfying this equation. Or I can say some x which is satisfying x4 plus x square plus minus 2x plus 1, right? Root of fx is 5 this thing. Fine. Correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Does this answer our question? Our question is asking me to find that x such that this becomes minimum. Have you guys do the application of derivatives? Like if we have some function and we want to do the minimum of that function, what do we need to do?
Differentiate.
So instead of
Find out the
differentiating this
x.
function, I am going to differentiate this function because this function makes more sense to me. If something is minimizing this function, that will minimize this one also. Okay, that will make it clear. So if is a minimizer of f, x will be a minimizer of x, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
Find the minima of some function. Do we need to find the root of that function? No, right? To find the minima, what do we need to do? We have to find the root of p prime x. We have to solve this, not this. Right? Is it clear why we need to find a root to this problem instead of this? Although we know that the
Yes.
distance between 2 points will be always positive, so this function is always gonna be some positive number. So if you can put it 0, then we can prove. But it might not be true. The distance between 2 points might not be 0, right? There has to be some distance. So there will not exist any solution say gx is equal to 0 because gx is always positive. You already know that gx is always greater than 0, right?
Yes,
Gx
sir.
is a distance between 2 points which are not collinear, even if they were collinear most of the time. So distance between 2 points can't be 0, right? If those are two separate points. And we know that 1 comma 0 doesn't lie on the parabola y is equal to x square. So the distance will be always positive.
Yes,
Dx
sir.
will be positive. So in order to find the sum x such that x comma x square has the minimum distance with 1 comma 0, we have to solve for g prime x. Okay. Is it fine? Okay. And you can check that the solution of this a minima only because that will be g prime x. It will be 4x cube plus 2x.
1:2. 1 is the root of
And g prime x will be g double prime x will be 12x square plus 2. It is always positive, right? So this is the usual trick to find the minima. That we say that x is equal to c, minima of g if g prime of c equals 0 and g prime of c is greater than 0, right? Which is getting satisfied here. So we have to solve this equation. Right? Are we good with question number 9? Anyone have any kind of difficulty? Please ask me now. These are the standard questions which usually comes in the exam. Your examiner will not ask you to find root of the solution problems like question number 7. They will not just directly give you the interval and give you the function and will ask you, okay, find the root. No. Question number 9 clear to everyone? A yes or no, please.
Yes, sir.
Proceed to question number 10. In question number 10, this R naught is nothing but X naught. Okay. So they are giving you the initial guess. It might be a typo here. So can we do question number 10 now? You have given a function, you have given some error, and you have given an initial guess. Can we do question number 10?
हेलो सर.
तो
पर सर न्यूटन मेथड से सर तो हम एक ही रूट तो सर अप्रोक्सीमेट कर पाएंगे ना. सपोज एक्स नॉट इज गिवन देन वी परफॉर्म x1 x2 डॉट डॉट xn इस टाइप से. सर उसमें दो रूट कैसे पता करेंगे? दो रूट मतलब हमें ढूंढने हैं तो एक तो मिल जाएगा चलो उस एरर के थ्रू. Hello, sir.
Yeah. A valid question. Maybe there might be some more typo here, or R not might mean something else. Okay, I will discuss this question with your coordinator, course coordinator. I will get back to you. Probably it meant something else here. For the time being, please skip question number 10 and proceed to question number 11. Question number 11 is nothing but you have some fx, you have some interval, and you want to apply secant method there. We do it. Okay, one more thing. The interval doesn't mean you are giving x naught and you have given x naught and x1 here. Because in C part, if you take x naught is equal to 0 and x1 to be pi by 2, so both f of x naught and f of x1 is 0. So that doesn't make sense. You have to take x naught and x1 such that f of x naught into f of x1 again is of less uh, is less than 0, right? Second method we have this one more condition, right? F of x naught into f of x1 should be less than 0, isn't it? That is why we draw the graph. We note the tangent and solve the equation, right? Can we do question number 11?
Hello, sir.
So,
Hello.
can we do question number 11?
Hello, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can we do question number 11 now?
Yes, sir.
Please read the question number 12. So for the question number 12, you are already given x naught and x1 for secant method and x naught for Newton's method also. So for interval -1 comma 0, secant method we need x naught to be -1 to be 0. Newton have to start with this. It is given. And one more thing, while you are in the examination hall, maybe you are doing minor or major, please read each and every line of the question carefully. If the question is asking you to take the midpoint as the first iteration, as the first guess for the Newton's method, please do not take any other guess. You will not fetch any kind of mark. Doesn't matter you have done the whole
Okay.
solution correctly. But if we are asking you to start with some particular initial guess, you have to start with that only. Okay. So can you assume that question number 12 can be done? We are doing such kind of question last tutorial. Read question number 12 and tell me, can it be done?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Except question number 10, can you assume that assignment sheet is clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so do you guys have access to assignment page number 2?
Yes, sir.
Please open that. So is there any doubt in the theory first of all for fixed point iteration method? Everyone is clear with the theory of fixed point iteration method.
So
Do
is
question
there
number 1
any
done?
method to calculate a number of iterations?
In
Fixed point iteration method.
what does fixed point iteration method give you? Does it say start with some initial guess x naught, you take x I of x of I minus right? This is how we start for all I greater than 1. And we assume that x minus fy is equal to c times mod x minus y, where c is strictly less than 1. So if this is the case, we are sure there exists a fixed point, right? Fine.
Yes, sir.
So I start with say xm minus xn and say m is greater than n. Okay. So can you write? Are you aware about Lang's inequality? That mod of a plus b is less than or equal to mod a plus mod b.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So first of all, tell me, are you guys from M.Tech or M.sc?
MSc, sir.
These things are very trivial for them and taking a lot of time. So see, xm minus xn, what you can do is equal to xm minus of m minus 1 minus x of m minus 2 so of n plus 1 minus xn, right?
Yes, sir.
So for any n belongs to n, xl minus x of n minus 1, nothing but for x 1 minus f of xn minus 2, right? I'm assuming this statement holds true. Is it fine? F of xl minus 1 minus f of xl minus 2. This is the definition, right?
Yes,
This
sir.
is less than 3 times mod x n minus 1 xn minus 2, right? Is nothing but 3 times f of x minus 2 f of x n minus 1 is again less than 3 times mod xn minus 2, xn minus 5. So continuing in this way, mod xn minus x of n minus 1 is strictly less than e to the power n minus 1 mod xl minus x naught, right? Is clear?
Yes, sir.
This implies mod xm minus xn is less than equal to power m minus 1 plus e to the power m minus 2 mod to the power n minus 1 into mod xl minus x naught, right?
Yes, sir.
Is less than equal to c to the power n minus 1 common 1 plus c plus mod power m minus n plus x naught, right? Is the dp with common ratio, c, right?
Yes, sir.
If we have some symmetric series r to the power n is going say from 0 to infinity, and r is less than 1, then this sum is nothing but 1 upon 1 minus r. Are you aware about it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Of
Yes.
symmetric series. So this sum is less than equal to 1 upon 1 minus c, 1
Yes, sir.
upon 1 minus c implies mod xm minus xn less than or n minus, okay, strict inequality, right? And say you want some error less than epsilon. So now you can find your n. Will be your n. So if I make c to the power n minus 1 mod x1 minus x naught be less than epsilon, this is satisfied, one is satisfied, it 1. So we want c to the power n minus 1 be less than 1 minus c times epsilon, right? Sorry, x1 minus x naught. It implies n minus 1 c be less than log of n minus 1 should be greater than log of, say, for timing I'm taking it to be some a, okay, a 5. Is this proof clear that we can indeed find number of iterations in fixed point iteration method? it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
सर सी सर वो चूज करते हैं जो सर लिपिस कांस्टेंट मतलब आता है वो एफ में सर व्हेन वी फाइंड नंबर ऑफ आइटरेशन देन सर सी should be लिपिस कांस्टेंट
Yes, she has to be a Lipschitz constant. That's what we use there, right? This equal to C is nothing but Lipschitz constant. No?
यस सर
I think we can discuss at least question number 1 of assignment sheet 2. So what are the fixed point in question number 1, A part?
सर 1/4 and 3/4
Right. Yes, yes. Right, 3 by 4. Fine. So for which of the points we can really start with these? We have fixed point as x1 1/4 and 3/4. For which of these points we can be sure that there will have that our fixed point theorem will guarantee us solution.
so where the g dash alpha less or equal to sorry less than 1 then that for all neighborhood means x naught minus epsilon x naught plus epsilon जो होगा सर उसमें से कन्वर्ट करेगी उसमें कोई भी पॉइंट अगर चूज करेंगे हम तो जिसमें वो जी डैश एक्स लेस देन 1 आ रहा होगा जिस इंटरवल में
G dash x less than 1.
सर जी डैश एक्स आएगा सर 2x तो देख लेंगे 2x लेस देन 1 किस इंटरवल पे आ रहा है मतलब इस x1 के अराउंड में
x1 के अराउंड वो हमेशा लेस देन 1 आएगा. We can always find some interval, right?
यस सर
तो x1 के लिए हम गारंटी कर सकते हैं फिक्स पॉइंट आइटरेशन थ्योरम से, राइट?
Yes, sir.
So part B is clear.
Yes, sir.
And for part C, we need to find the number of iterations. That already I have told you.
बट सर एक बार से बता दो कि हाउ टू फाइंड नंबर ऑफ आइटरेशन इन फिक्स पॉइंट मेथड एक क्वेश्चन सिर्फ यही वाला
Have you understand this proof? The proof which I explained. So just we have to apply. Okay. So in some neighborhood 1/4, but it is already time. By 4, take 1/4 minus epsilon. Okay. And g prime x to x. Okay. So take this into 0.2, 0.3. Okay. Fine. This is some interval containing 1/4.
यस सर
And
Yes, sir.
g prime x will be less than 0.6,
Yes, sir.
right? So if you start with any point x naught, not 2 not 0.25 for sure, because otherwise it will not give you anything. Anything close to 0.25, say 0.26. Okay, we start with x naught to be this, and x1 will be of 0.26 and so on. Then you know that your c will be now 0.6, right? So you know that dx minus gy will be less than c prime c x minus, right? out of Gx plus Gy is less than maximum of 4G prime psi x minus 2 5. Does this make sense now?
Yes, sir.
So now you know that in your given interval 0.2, 0.3, G prime of xi will be at max 0.6. Your Lipschitz constant will start with Lipschitz constant to be 0.7, say, right? So you have your C in this interval. You have C, have epsilon, have x1, you have x naught. It be done now. You do not need to do these calculations by hand. You will be given a calculator. We are running out of time. So okay, if you guys understand this question number 1C part, then it is very good. If not, we will discuss it in the next class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
And I'm repeating it again, before please solve these assignments on your own, because we are going very slow. Man has already sent you the third assignment sheet. It will be good if we can patch her up somehow. Okay. So before coming to the next class, please come solving the. Okay. Before coming to the next lecture, please come well prepared after solving the class, after solving the assignment sheet. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. You guys can leave now.